The cold bit through her thin coat as she stood beneath the flickering lantern outside the saloon, eyes hollow, pride long buried. Hunger had a way of breaking promises you made to yourself. She had once been a wife, once laughed by a warm stove, once believed tomorrow would be kinder. Now tomorrow meant finding enough money to buy bread. When a man approached, she looked past him, already numb, already ashamed. But before anything could happen, a shadow moved from the edge of the street. A broad-shouldered mountain man stepped forward, beard dusted with frost, eyes steady as stone. He didn't leer. He didn't smile. He simply said her name, spoken like it still mattered. "You don't belong here," he said quietly. She scoffed, bitter. "Where else do I belong?" He held out his coat. "Somewhere warm. Somewhere safe." The saloon noise faded behind them as she hesitated, torn between survival and dignity. Finally, trembling, she took the coat. For the first time in months, someone saw her not as a body, but as a human being. His cabin sat high in the mountains, smoke curling from its chimney like a promise. Inside, warmth wrapped around her, and she nearly cried at the simple mercy of it. He handed her stew without a word, then stepped back, giving her space. She devoured it, ashamed but grateful. He watched the fire, not her, as if guarding her dignity. "I won't touch you," he said softly. "Not for money. Not ever." Her hands froze mid-bite. No one had said that to her in a long time. She studied his scarred hands, the lines of hardship in his face, and realized he knew loneliness too. That night, she slept near the hearth, wrapped in blankets that smelled of pine. She woke from nightmares of the street, but the walls didn't close in. No fists. No voices. Just the crackle of fire and the quiet breathing of a man who stood watch like a guardian. For the first time since her husband died, she felt something dangerous, hope. Days turned into weeks. She helped chop wood, cooked meals, laughed when he burned the bread. They shared stories by candlelight. She told him about her marriage, the sickness, the funeral, the death that swallowed her life whole. He told her about losing his family to winter storms, about choosing the mountains over a world that forgot him. There was no rush between them, no expectations. Trust grew slowly, like a fragile seed in frozen ground. One evening, she broke down, sobbing by the fire. "I sold myself," she whispered. "I did what I had to." He knelt beside her, not touching. "You survived," he said. "That takes courage." She looked up, shocked. No judgment, no pity, just understanding. That night, she realized she wasn't ashamed around him. She was seen, she was valued. The scars on her soul didn't scare him. He didn't try to fix her. He simply stayed. And somehow, that was enough to start healing. Spring melted the snow, and flowers bloomed around the cabin. She stood outside, sunlight on her face, breathing freely. She no longer thought of herself as broken. She thought of herself as alive. The mountain man built her a small garden. "For your future," he said shyly. She smiled, tears in her eyes. When she finally reached for his hand, it wasn't out of desperation. It was choice. He squeezed gently, asking without words. She nodded. Their closeness was slow, tender, built on trust instead of survival. She realized love didn't have to hurt. That night, by the fire, she whispered, "You gave me a home." He answered, "You gave me a reason to open my door." The mountains no longer felt lonely. Two wounded souls had found shelter in each other. And for the first time, her future wasn't something she feared, it was something she wanted to live.